Nicole Pereno, who is a loan officer at U Mortgage. I thought it'd be cool to have Nicole on here because she's done some things at AIM. She joined U Mortgage as like a biz dev person, and then she transitioned to a loan officer. Nicole, before we get started, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes. Yeah. So my journey into mortgage was a little bit unique, although I think a lot of people have a unique, journey into mortgage, I guess. I started off actually in video production and marketing, and then, yes, some business development, even developing like an onboarding process for our loan officers here at U Mortgage. And so I kind of learned the business from the inside out and knew and was kind of like comfortable in every corner of the business. And then I said, you know what? I think I could probably do sales. I had two mortgages myself. I had bought a house, lived in it, turned it to a rental, and I did that again. So I did that twice and I ended up with two rental properties. And so I knew real estate agents, I knew loan officers, I knew the marketing side and the video production side. So I said, all right, I just have to learn the sales side. And I think I could be a great loan officer and help people get mortgages, also help my referral partners with marketing and prospecting for business. So it all kind of like came together in a nice way.
That's
And
pretty
that's how I
cool.
ended up where I
I
am.
so I got into mortgage 10 years ago, but I was like doing marketing for LOs. And I had a bunch of branch managers try to poach me and say like, "Hey, you should just be a loan officer." I never made the jump. I wish I did because like this was before COVID and I would have made a ton of money, but it is what it is. So I love that you made the jump because like that's the other side that I didn't do, which is cool. Talking about video, I have my clients record a lot of video content. It's just a great way to grow your business as a loan officer. What are some tips you can give loan officers when they're first starting to record video?
The easiest, it's simple, but it's not easy. You just have to start recording video. It's really not that complex. The problem is people overcomplicate it. And I used to what I was doing at AIM, which was the National Association for Mortgage Brokers, people would come to me all the time. How do I do video? I don't know. I don't have the right equipment. They're like, forget about everything. Like you have a great setup right there. It looks nice. You got the lighting. I also have, if you don't have that, who cares? Like people waste a lot of time and energy and money on like getting a nice setup. And maybe that makes them feel better about it, but it's still just as uncomfortable to actually hit record and start talking to a camera. It's not something that you're going to be comfortable with because you're not used to doing it. So you just have to do it and like put yourself in one of those challenges or groups, like start an accountability group with your referral partners or your other loan officers that you work with. Or if you have the willpower, just hold yourself accountable. But if you need a group, get into a community group and challenge yourself to post like a 30-second video every day. Hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. This is who I talked to today. This is the coffee I'm drinking. This is the activity I'm doing. And don't let it only be focused on business. That's the other thing. People focus so much on making these like videos that are focused on real estate or mortgage content only. It's like that is important because you want to show what you do. But people also want to know, who are you outside of just a mortgage loan officer and advisor? Like, are you a nice person? Are you a cool person? Are you funny? Like, who are you? What do you do? What do you like to do? Because people, how are they going to connect with you if they can't see who you actually are? Then they'll be able to verify your credentials, listen to you talk about mortgages and say, okay, this is a legit person. I trust them. But they first have to have some kind of emotional pull and connection to even want to go further and validate who you are
I
as a
could not
business
agree
person.
more. I'm not a good example of this, but I tell my LOs, like, don't just ignore my background. Like, I wish I didn't have it. I only have it because, like, I do sales calls all day. And I had a loan
Yes.
officer, literally, she just records her videos on her front porch. She's landed a $10 million builder deal just from a video on her front porch. So, like, I love that you're talking about don't overcomplicate it, just do it. And they're also going to meet you in person anyway. So be yourself, like, just knock it out. So I love that you talked about that. That's really cool. Hey, question for you, because I think you're 3 years a loan officer, right? If I remember, or third year. Okay,
Yeah, this is my third year.
maybe you have an answer, maybe you don't. How are you attracting like new agents right now?
Well, of deals, I'm very lucky that I have a lot of opportunities. So, deals that are in the pipeline right now, that's an opportunity to meet a new
Yeah,
agent who's on the listing side. Impress, call them with updates, introduce myself, be professional, be fun, be friendly, try to connect with them on social media, get, connected in a further way, and then sort of like try to advance that relationship to something further once they had a good experience through the transaction. So that's huge. Since I had a baby at the end of 2024, I haven't been getting out as much to open houses and networking events, but open houses were huge in the beginning for me because those agents are just sitting there waiting for people to come in to an open house. Who cares if the house gets sold? Who cares if anybody shows up at the open house? The agent is there. So if you want to meet real estate agents, just go pop into open houses. I would pop into like 5 or 6 per weekend and like go all around, just gather up people. And then obviously everyone is not your vibe. Like everyone's not for you. You're not for everyone. You just might not connect. But you do meet some great people that you can tell right away your energy is the same and you connect. Great. Follow up with them, you try to advance the relationship with them that way. And then social media as well for, of course, just like staying omnipresent or, staying visible and out there and connect, maybe there's somebody you connect with. There's an agent that you really connect with. They post a lot with another agent. Maybe you connect to that agent through referral. So it can kind of like spider web
Yeah, yeah, because
that
especially if you're
snowball
going to these
effect.
open houses, like you 100% should add these people on social media, especially if your content's about like education rather than trying to sell yourself on every single video. Like they're gonna over time want to work with you if you guys are the right fit. So I love that. Okay, I just got one last question. Do you have a book or a podcast or a coach that you'd recommend and why? Yeah, just one.
Just
If you had to
one?
pick.
Okay. Man, only one book?
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff out there. It's going to be between Atomic Habits and 12-Week Year, the books, but I want to say 12-Week Year is more important because Atomic Habits gives you the how to
Hmm.
build habits, which is great. And you need to know that. If you're in this business and you're a business owner with no structure and no manager telling you what to do and you have to decide to show up every day and put in the work and make the calls even when you don't get any response, even when you don't get a lead, like you don't get that instant gratification. You have to still show up every day. So you have to know how to build habits. That's the first thing. But the book, if I had to recommend one book, it would be 12-Week Year because 12-Week Year actually shows you how to put a framework together, which is basically just shrink your goals down into 3 months at a time, 12 weeks. Focus in. Don't try to go the whole year and have these big goals. And then maybe you lose steam halfway through the year and you kind of say, oh, I'm going to give up because I'm not going to get this goal. No, just focus on 3 weeks. It will transform your life. Like I became a morning person by focusing for the first 3 months of the year on waking up at 6 a.m. and tracking it. That's the key thing. You don't just talk about what you want and put a vision board. You actually put like a Google document. I put a Google document together. Then I had AI actually create like a whole dashboard thing so I can like interact with. But I started with just a Google Doc and you have to track every single day if you are executing on the things said you wanted to do.
I love it. I love both of those books. I'm reading this book on, oh my gosh, I'm reading it. I forgot the name. It's been one of those days. It's Scaling. It's just a book about scaling and it talks about like setting big, impossible goals, but doing it in a shorter timeline. So I read 12-Week Year. So like the timing of it was kind of perfect. And it just talks about the benefits. So I just see more and more people talking about set these big goals, impossible goals, shorten it though, because then your mind and everything just transforms and it figures it out instead of being. So I love that. So cool.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That was going to be my last question, but where can people find you? Like if other LOs want to talk to you, kind of get ideas and stuff, is LinkedIn the best place? Like where can they connect?
Yeah, I'm kind of all over the internet. So if LinkedIn is good, Instagram, I post a lot, Facebook as well.
Okay.
Send me a DM.
Okay, sounds good. All right, Nicole, I really appreciate you hopping on and sharing everything.
Yes, of
Yep.
course. Thank you, Devin. It was
Okay.
great. Best of luck.